Mario and Sonic, two gaming icons joined together to compete in the Olympic Games. That's all. This game is very fun, as players get to get a sense of what it's like inside the Olympic Games and experience it for themselves. It also makes great use of the Wii's motion controls. And today, I'm counting down my top 10 favorite Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games events. Man, that's a mouthful. Rules: any event, Olympic or Dream, is fair game, and I will only be counting events from the Wii version, not the DS one. That's all. Let's get Olympic. Get it? Get physic? Get Olympic? Shut up. Kicking off this list is shooting. In this event, players must shoot discs, made of clay, that are thrown in the air. Each successful shot grants 1 point, and the player with the most points after 8 stations wins. Sounds pretty simple, huh? Well, no, there are some ins and outs. Before each station, players must determine the range of their crosshair by, Anyway, if timed well, the crosshair will be big and the discs will be easier to shoot. However, if timed poorly, the crosshair will be small and the discs will be harder to shoot. Also, players must use their bullets sparingly. They have a limited amount, so if they miss a disc, it's not advised to shoot at it again, because they only have as many as there are discs to shoot. This event is both epic and challenging. And that's it. It shoots into 10th place. Ninth place is 100 meters. This event is just a simple race. Players must sprint across a short track, and the first one to cross the finish line wins. There is one other thing to mention. At the start of the race, players who start running at just the right time will get a speed boost. That's all. This event may be extremely simple, but that's just it. It's nice and simple. Also, for the duodecadillionth time, me like big words. I love racing games. It also makes good use of the motion controls, as players must shake the Wii remote. And nunchuck, if they so choose, repeatedly. Short, sweet, and to the point, 100 meters runs toward 9th place. Eighth place is 110 meter hurdles. This event is pretty much the same thing as 100 meters, but with hurdles. And 10 additional meters. Racers must run along, jumping over several hurdles, and the first one to cross the finish line is victorious. Timing is crucial here, since if players don't jump at just the right time, they'll hit the hurdle and lose speed. More than they think, since they won't get the speed boost that a successful jump grants. Once again, racing games, good use of motion controls, nice and simple, the whole 9 yards. Or should I say, the whole 110 meters with hurdles. With that, 110 meter hurdles runs toward 8th place. And jumps some hurdles in the process. Coming in at 7th place is 4x100 meter relay. In this event, 4 teams of 4 race on a 400 meter track and take turns running a baton to an incoming teammate, or in the anchor's case, the finish line. The first racer starts the relay by running when the announcer yells go, and if timed well, he or she will get a speed boost. He or she must then run 100 meters toward his or her teammate, the second runner, and pass the baton over. If the pass is timed well, the receiver will get a speed boost. The second runner must then do the same with the third runner, then him/her with the anchor. Once the anchor receives the baton, he or she must sprint to the finish line in hopes of arriving before any opponents. If this is done, that runner's team wins. I like this event for all the same reasons as 100 meters. Well, bar the nice and simple part. Also, I enjoy events that require teamwork. 4x100 meter relay, relays on nothing for 7th place. Get it? Get it? Sixth place goes to archery. In this event, players must shoot arrows at targets. The closer the arrow ends up to the target center, the more points the player will score. In each end, players can shoot 3 arrows, and the player with the most points after 4 ends, or 12 arrows, wins. Sounds pretty simple, huh? Well, it's not. The wind can have a huge effect on where the arrows end up, so while aiming at a target, it's vital to consider the wind's strength and direction. Also, the controls are pretty unique. Both the Wii Remote and Nunchuck must be used to aim, and the buttons are used as well. So yes, archery is a bit challenging, but fun nonetheless, which is exactly why it shoots the bullseye for 6th place. Finally, a dream event. Placing 5th is Dream Race. 4 players race across an oval-shaped track, and the first one to complete 3 laps wins. There's a lot to consider, however. The track is filled with sand piles and enemies, and unless racers want to get slowed down, they'd better avoid them. Players also have access to item boxes, and the different items have different ways of helping the user by hindering opponents. This event is good for people who enjoy 100 meters, but want a race that lasts longer and is less bland. It's just really fun, and once again, I love racing games. Reiteration. So yes, Dream Race doesn't even need to dream of 5th place. It doesn't have to race for it either, because it already has it. Fourth place is Vault. In this event, players start by running toward a vault and using it to jump in the air. While in the air, players must score points by performing various spin tricks, then stick the landing at the end. Each player has 3 tries, and the best one counts as their overall score. The highest scoring player after 3 tries wins. This event is pretty simple and easy, but I just can't help but like it. I find it fun to run for a little, then swing the Wii Remote to jump, then swing it in different directions to do tricks. In a nutshell, it makes good use of the motion controls. Yes, Vault owns the vault that holds 4th place. Third place is Trampoline. In this event, players jump several times on a trampoline, hence the name, and once they reach a certain height, they must score points by performing specified tricks. The player with the most points at the end wins. To do said tricks, players must press buttons and swing the controller all in order, and also, to maintain a high distance, when they reach the trampoline, must swing the controller upward. This event is quite similar to Vault, but I prefer this one because it lasts longer and more tricks can be done at one time. And yes, it makes pretty good use of the motion controls. Once again, can't say much else, except that Trampoline is fun enough to jump towards 3rd place. Running up is Dream Table Tennis. In this event, 2 players compete in a more extreme version of table tennis. The players can get a rally going, and for each time the ball is hit, 1 point will be added to the rally counter, and the first player to score gets those points. Also, the first one to reach the specified amount of points is the winner of the match. This game also features a really cool addition: special attacks. By pressing A and B at the same time, the player will unleash a special shot that is much harder to hit than any ordinary one. The shot's effects depends on what type the user is: all around, speedy, skilled, or powerful. So yes, Dream Table Tennis is quite awesome indeed, and that's why it's easily my 2nd favorite event. Ever been to the Honorable Mention Olympics? Number 15 is fencing. 2 players compete to strike each other with épées, and the first one to reach the specified amount of points wins. This event is fun and epic with fun-to-use controls. Number 14 is table tennis. 2 players compete in a game of table tennis. This event is just the basic version of its dream counterpart, so do I really have to explain why I like it? Number 13 is 100-meter freestyle. 8 players compete in a swimming race across a pool. The first one to swim to the other end and back is victorious. I like this event because there are several different ways to play, given all the different swimming styles. Number 12 is Dream Fencing. Again, just like regular fencing, 2 players must strike each other with épées. Although this time around, instead of points, it's health, and the first player to lose all of his or her health loses. There are also special attacks involved. This one's just awesome and fun, and a more extreme version of fencing. Lastly, number 11 is hammer throw. Players must swing a hammer several times, finally throwing it. The further it's thrown, the more points the player will score, and the highest scoring player after 3 tries wins. This one makes good use of the motion controls, and is nice and simple, and fun. Finally, number 1. It's a dream event, and is the only one to not be based on an Olympic event. That's right, first place goes to none other than Dream Platform. 4 players skydive from a blimp bound for water. While falling, players must pass through rings and perform specified tricks in order by pressing the correct buttons and swinging the controller. Doing so successfully grants points. Also, item boxes are available. Players can get them to use items and hinder opponents by taking points from them. Now you may be thinking that I like this event because it's a racing one. Well, you're wrong. This is not a racing event. It's not a race to the water, it's all about collecting points. And therefore, the player with the most points at the end wins. But I love it for other reasons, because it's fun and unique. Very fun and unique. With all that, Dream Platform is easily my number 1 favorite Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games event of all time. Still a mouthful. So there you have it, my top 10 mouthful of all time. For more videos like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, please check out my social media. All links are in the description. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Mikoro Glyscore 472, out.